Assalamu alaikum students, welcome to the mathematics class. Today is our 6th lecture in which we'll start a new chapter which is multiplication and division. So please open page number 62 of your book. Okay, this is our new chapter. Basically it's the 3rd chapter of our syllabus, multiplication and division. So let's begin. So basically what is multiplication? When you multiply any two numbers and you get the product, which is basically the answer of your multiplication. Whenever you are multiplying two or more numbers, the answer you get is called the product. So here you can see if I am multiplying 20 multiplied by 4. So what is 20? 20 actually means two tens, right? 2 tens multiplied by 4. So when I am multiplying 2 tens multiplied by 4, that means you can simply multiply 2 and 4, which is 2 multiplied by 4 is 8, and you can pass on the tens. So 8 tens. 8 tens is what? 80. So our answer is 80. You can see this through the diagram. If I have 20, which is 2 tens, so if I am multiplying it by 4, that means I am writing this 4 times. Multiplication means times. So I am writing 20 4 times, and you can see I've got 80 here. 8 tens, which is 80. If I am multiplying 400 by 3, so 400 means 4 hundreds, right? 4 hundreds multiplied by 3, you can simply multiply 4 and 3, which is 12, and you can pass on the hundreds. So 12 hundreds is what? In tens you add 1 0, in hundreds you add 2 zeros, so 1200. Okay, remember whenever it's tens you add 1 0 to the number, whenever it's hundreds you add 2 zeros to the number. Okay, so this is how you. Here you can see if I'm multiplying 223 multiplied by 2. So what is 223 multiplied by 2? First of all, how would you do this? You have a 3-digit number and you have to multiply it with 2. So first of all, I am going to multiply 2 with the ones, and then with the tens, and then with the hundreds. So here you can see, first I am going to multiply 2 with the ones, 3 ones. Now 3 ones multiplied by 2, you can simply multiply 3 and 2 and pass on the ones. So 6 ones. 6 ones, what is the value of 6 ones? It is 6, right? 6 ones means 6 multiplied by 1, which is 6. Now multiply 2 with the 2 tens. So 2 tens multiplied by 2 is 4 tens. 2 twos are 4, 4 tens, and 4 tens, the value of 4 tens is 40, because 4 tens means 4 multiplied by 10, which is 40. Now 2 multiplied by 2 hundreds is 4 hundreds, and 4 hundreds means the value is 400. 4 multiplied by 100, which is 400. If I add all these values together, I'll get my answer. 400 plus 40 plus 6 is 446, which is my answer. As you can see here, 223 multiplied by 2 is 446. So what have I done here? First I have multiplied the ones, and then the tens, and then the hundreds, and then I added the values together and I got my answer. Okay. Another method is that you can simply multiply directly and find your answer in one go. That means if you have 223 and multiply by 2, simply multiply 2 3s are 6, 2 2s are 4, and 2 2s are 4. So 446 is my answer. So I didn't need to go into any more details of adding the values and all. I simply multiplied the numbers respectively and I got my final product. Here you can see if I multiply 436 by 4, I'll first multiply 4 with the ones. 4 multiplied by 6 ones is 24 ones. Obviously 24 ones means the value is 24 multiplied by 1, which is 24. Then you have you multiply 4 with the 3 tens. So 3 tens multiplied by 4 is 12 tens. 12 tens, the value is 12 multiplied by 10, which is 120. And 400 multiplied by 4, as you can see here, 400 multiplied by 4 is 1600. 1600, the value will be 16 multiplied by 100, which is 1600. If I add all the values together, 1600 plus 120 plus 24, if I add all these values together, what would I get? 1744, 1744. So that is my answer. 436 multiplied by 4 is 1744. Instead of adding all the values, finding out the values and then adding the values, you can simply multiplied directly. Here you can see if I multiply 4 multiplied by 6, I'll get 24. So I cannot write the 24 ones together here because it's a 2-digit number. I have to only place 1 digit here. So I'll keep the 4 here and I'll pass on the 2 here. Okay, then I'll multiply 4 multiplied by 3, which is 12, and then I'll add 2. So 12 plus 2 is 14. So here I'll keep the 4 and I'll pass on the 1 of 14 here. Then 4 multiplied by 4 is 16, and then I'll add plus 1, which is 17. So my answer is 1744, 1700. Okay, so it's just that you can either go with the values thing, you can go with the value method, in which you'll have to find the values and then you'll have to add them to get your answer, or you can simply do it directly. But make sure whenever you have to pass on or carry on any number, you do it properly. Okay, now you have 223 multiplied by 2. I know that in the previous slide I already found the value of this I already found the answer of this thing. 223 multiplied by 2 was 446. Okay, now once I have already found my answer, so that means I'm not that much sure whether my answer is correct or not. What if I'm not that much sure? So how would I increase and how would I make myself satisfied, and how would I prove that my answer is reasonable? I know that my answer is 446. 223 multiplied by 2 is 446. But how would I show that my answer is reasonable and it is actually correct? How would I show it? You know that 223 is close to 200 or 300. What is it close to? 223 is close to 200 or 300? It's more close to 200, right? Now if I simply do 200 multiplied by 2, what is 200 multiplied by 2? You can simply multiply 2 multiplied by 2 and you can just carry on these zeros to the answer. That's how you do it, right? 200 means 2 hundreds. So 2 multiplied by 2 is 4 and hundreds. So 400. Okay, you can simply, whenever you are multiplying two numbers, you can carry on the zeros to the answer. So here 2 multiplied by 2 is 4, and you can just carry on these 2 zeros to the answer, which is 400. So whenever it's zeros, it's really easy to multiply the numbers. So 200 multiplied by 2 is 400. That means that if I say that 223 multiplied by 2, okay, 223 is very much close to 200, right? If I multiply 223 multiplied by 2, my answer should be very much close to 400, right? I know 200 multiplied by 2 is 400. That means 223 multiplied by 2 should also be very much close to 400. Now, what was my answer? 446. Is 446 close to 400? Yes, it is close to 400. That means my answer is reasonable. My answer is reasonable. How would I show that my answer is reasonable? First, find out your answer. Then how would you show that it is reasonable? Check out that your bigger digit is close to which number. Say, and then you find out the answer using that number. If your original answer is close to your approximate answer, that means your answer is reasonable. You can see the sign here. This means approximation. This means that your answer is not exactly this. 223 multiplied by 2 is not 400, but it is very much close to 400. Okay, so this is the approximation sign. For example, you can see here 436 multiplied by 4. I know that when I multiplied 436 and 4, I got the answer 1744, 1744. But how would I prove that my answer is reasonable? That it literally is correct. How would I prove that? Check out the bigger digit, which is 436. Now 436 is close to which number? 400 or 500? 436 is close to 400, right? Any number which is less than 450 would be close to 400, and any number which would be greater than 450 would be closer to 500. So this is 436, so it is closer to 400. Now 400 multiplied by 4. What is 400 multiplied by 4? Simply you can do 4 4s are 16, and you can carry on the 2 zeros, 1600, right? Now that means if 400 multiplied by 4 is 1600, That means 436 multiplied by 4 should be very much close to 1600. Okay, very much close. I'll put this sign, I'll not put the equal sign. So if I know that my answer is 1744, is 1744 close to 1600? Yes, it's pretty much close. That means my answer is reasonable. So how would you prove that your answer is reasonable? First you multiply first you consider your question, you get your answer, and then you consider the bigger digit. You decide any number which that number is close to. If it is 436, it would be close to 400. If it was 256, it would be close to 300. But if it is 246, it would be close to 200. So decide which number is close to that particular number, and you can just carry on the smaller digit, multiply, get your answer. If your original answer is close to this answer, that means your answer is reasonable. Okay, now it's time to solve a book exercise. Open page number 65 and solve this book exercise. There are lots of questions, so they would literally help in your practice. Okay, so make sure you solve this book exercise, solve it, and still if you have any questions or queries, make sure you ask them in the Google Classroom whenever we have a meeting there. Okay, so till then, meet you in the next lecture. Allah Hafiz.